believe that everything's about to change. You could be my open skies, and I could be a wildflower. Skies.
Well, I know this ain't the bar song you wanna hear, but I make music for the show. And every empty glass you see on the ground is just another written note. These days I'm often asked where I find my thoughts, but I promise you don't wanna know. No matter what I think, I'll always be weaker than from the man I've grown. And I've learned that money don't blend well with fame. Just hope that these words help someone someday. You know it ain't perfect, but it's paving the way. And all I'm saying, this is music for the soul. Oh, this is music for the soul. Well, I know this ain't the hope you were searching for, but I'll still whisper it low. Listens for the broken man with a shaky hand all alone. Guess I spend the rest of my nights for the rest of my life on my own. And I know this ain't the bar song you wanna hear, but I make music for the soul. nights for the rest of my life on my own. And I know this ain't the bar song you wanna hear, but I make music for the soul.
And I found out yesterday, and I'm in love, and I don't know what else to say. But thank you, Lord, for that sundress on that Saturday, walking barefoot down the beach. Smell of the rain up in the air, smell the flowers in the air. And I swear on my life, if you need a joke, I'll be there. You need a smoke, you take my spare. I always thought you were fine. So what do you say when we're 26? Get married just for kicks and move out to Alaska way up there. Stacking bricks, stay at home with the kids, and I'll bring the bacon back home to you, girl. Making the best of this world. We're 26, get married just for kicks and move out to Alaska way up there. Get a job stacking bricks, stay at home with the kids, and I'll bring them back home to you, girl. Never knew how to tell a lie, I'm being honest until I die. You know, it's young love, it's got me high, it's got me high. Making the best of this life. I'm not saying you want to, I'm not saying you would, I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying you could. Let it fall into motion, carve our names in the wood. Oh, I drink up an ocean just to show you I could. Falling in love to a little tiny speaker, rain so hard that a tent started leaking on us. We ain't got much, but we got seen enough when the going gets tough. We make our own good luck.
stuff. When the going gets tough, we make our own good luck.
Maybe I'm right on time. And you ain't going nowhere. Not until you're mine. Then we're going somewhere, somewhere. Baby, you're on my mind. Go and drive me crazy. Taking your sweet time. Whispering your maybes, maybe. Higher than your